Have you ever felt like you could conquer the world if only you could get off the couch? Your mind buzzes with ideas, goals, and dreams, yet when it's time to take action, you freeze. You wonder, am I just ambitious but lazy? Are smart but lazy people doomed to sit on the sidelines of life, watching others make their dreams real? Or is it possible that ambitious but lazy people actually have a hidden advantage when it comes to success? Today on the Growth Mindset Project, we're diving deep into why smart but lazy people succeed more than you think. Stick around to see yourself in a new light. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss another video. If you're serious about growing into your best self, no shortcuts, just real talk, you'll want to be part of this channel. Let's get started. Imagine this. You wake up feeling fired up. This is it. Today, you're finally going to start that project, make progress toward your goals, and actually get something done. But first, you pick up your phone. Just for a minute, you tell yourself. That minute turns into an hour. The day slips away. You feel frustrated, disappointed, even guilty. You promise tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow, the same story plays out all over again. If that sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're experiencing a classic case of being ambitious but lazy, and you're far from alone. It turns out there's an entire group of people who fit this mold. Big dreamers and big thinkers who just can't seem to get moving. The frustrating part is, you know you're capable of more, yet something keeps holding you back. Why? This struggle isn't about being dumb or lacking talent. Honestly, people who struggle with this are often the smartest ones in the room. So, what's really going on here? It all comes down to psychology. Specifically, two powerful patterns battling inside your head. On one side, you have ambition. This is the part of you that dreams, sets goals, imagines possibilities. On the other, you have the urge for comfort. That's the side of you that wants to avoid pain, avoid risk, and just chill. The side that begs for one more episode, one more scroll, one more nap. And right now, comfort is winning. Not because you're weak, but because your brain is wired to keep you safe. Here's the brutally honest truth. Your brain sees taking action as dangerous. It's effort. It's uncertainty. It's the risk of failing. To your subconscious, those are threats. So your mind looks for the quicker reward, checking your phone, watching another video, playing that game. And each time you give in, your brain gives you a tiny rush of feel-good chemicals. It's like it's saying, see, avoiding work feels good. Let's do more of that. Without realizing it, you're getting better. Not at working toward your dreams, but at avoiding them. If you've been stuck in this loop for months or years, you know how soul-crushing it feels. You aren't moving forward, but that doesn't mean you're lazy by nature. It just means you've trained yourself to move away from discomfort and toward instant pleasure. But here's the key insight. If your patterns are learned, they can be changed. At this point, do yourself a favor. If you're getting value from this video already, hit the like button and drop a comment below about which part resonates with you or what your biggest goal is. I read your comments and they help shape future videos. So where do you go from here? First, stop telling yourself that you're just not disciplined enough. Most people think successful folks have some special motivation gene or superhuman willpower. The truth is, they've just learned to build systems that work for them, not against them. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's doing the small, often boring, uncomfortable things again and again until you're someone who naturally follows through. Think about this. What if the reason you haven't started isn't laziness at all, but perfectionism? You have such a clear vision of what success should look like that any tiny step forward seems pointless unless everything is just right. So you wait for the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect feeling. But none of those ever arrive. Meanwhile, time ticks by. Here's a hard truth. Perfectionism is fear in disguise. If you never start, you never risk finding out you might fall short. It feels better to stay in the fantasy that I could if I really tried than to risk putting yourself out there and seeing what actually happens. But in reality, failure isn't the opposite of success. Inaction is. Every time you try, even if you fall flat, you learn. Every time you do nothing, you get nothing. Every ultra successful person, every person you look up to, has failed more times than you've ever even started. Their superpower? They kept failing forward. So, the million-dollar question: how do ambitious but lazy people finally turn it around? Here's the secret. They use their ambition and intelligence to build smart systems that make taking action nearly automatic. First, lower the bar. Don't try to overhaul your life overnight. That's your perfectionism talking. Pick one small action that moves you a step closer to your biggest goal. 15 minutes of work, one email, one sketch. The act itself is less important than proving to yourself that you can act. Show up for yourself today and then do it again tomorrow. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. This may surprise you, but most lazy people are geniuses at finding shortcuts. That's not a weakness, it's an asset. The trick is to channel that tendency. Instead of shortcuts to comfort, look for shortcuts to action. Arrange your life so that it's easier to do what matters than to avoid it. Put your phone out of reach when working. Tidy your space the night before. Set a daily reminder. Remove as many distractions as possible. Remember, this isn't about willpower, it's about environment design. Take 5 seconds right now. Like, subscribe, and drop a quick comment about how you plan to take just one small step today. It helps more than you know. Don't forget that environment beats willpower. If watching TV or doom scrolling steals your time, unplug, log out, or leave your device in another room. Make the path of least resistance the path to progress, not procrastination. Even the most self-disciplined people design their days to make slipping up harder, not easier. Let's flip the script on consuming versus creating. Smart and ambitious but lazy people often get caught in a trap. They watch videos, listen to inspiring podcasts, read books, all in the name of planning to change. But deep down, they're just avoiding real action. Consuming feels like progress, but you don't need more information. You need more execution. Use your intelligence not to gather knowledge, but to take that knowledge and do something with it. Ready for another uncomfortable truth? Your first efforts will probably suck. And that's normal. Everyone's first draft is lousy. Your first video, your first business pitch, your first attempt at anything won't match your ambitions. But in the end, starting messy is better than not starting at all. You don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going. There will be setbacks. You'll slip, you'll binge watch, you'll have days where you do nothing at all. That's part of the journey. The people who win aren't the ones who never screw up, but the ones who forgive themselves and get back on track quickly. Guilt and shame just keep you stuck. Practice treating yourself like you'd treat a friend. Learn, forgive, and go again. Who you are is not lazy. You're simply someone who hasn't retrained your brain yet. Here's the mindset shift. Ambition without action is just a wish. Consistency, not occasional bursts of effort, is where real growth happens. Success is about doing one small thing daily, especially on the days you don't feel like it. Over time, this rewires your brain. Discomfort gets less intense, taking action gets easier. You start to become the person you imagined you could be. If you've spent years picturing your best life, now's the time to actually build it. Start before you're ready. Don't wait for motivation. Create momentum, one tiny action at a time. That's how ambitious but lazy people who learn to outsmart their own psychology end up succeeding. sometimes more than anyone expects. If you found value in this, don't just click away and fall back into old patterns. Watch one of our other videos on breaking bad habits or building laser focus. And don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss out. See you in the next video.